Welcome everybody back to Boost Motion, guys. And I've told you guys for the last 2 years, guys, the next Nissan GTR is going to be a hybrid. Guys, you already know what to do. Let's hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. First thing, shout out to my Boost Motion family. Guys, thank you for your support because I already know you guys hit the like button. Also, guys, just as a PSA, guys, please watch those ads. This is one of the best ways to give back to the Boost Motion channel. And if you're new to the Boost Motion channel, well, I am Boost Motion. I am a Nissan Infiniti enthusiast. Also, I'm an owner of other vehicles outside of that platform, and I am a fellow car enthusiast. So if you do like this type of content, I do report the news. Definitely hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. Hopefully, I earned you guys like button. Anyway, guys, let's go. Let's jump into it because this article um came across me within the last week, and I said to myself, "This is nothing new. If you've been in the VR30 community, you know exactly what this is already." So quickly, let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. So Nissan GTR successor will be electrified. This is nothing new. And the reason why I say this is nothing new to anybody who's in the VR30 community, about 5 to 6 years ago, Infinity released a prototype Q60. I believe it was a Q60 Black S, whatever. This car is pretty much a high performance hybrid vehicle. It came with the twin turbo VR30 that we all know and love. That's in the Q50, Q60, and now Nissan Z. Also, it had electric assist turbos. Excuse me, guys. Electric assist turbos on the vehicle. Also, the rear drive axle was going to be an electric motor, an assisted motor. So technically, the car is all-wheel drive, but it's also powered by electric in the rear, and it had this F1 technology in it. Now, this car was going to be something that they were thinking about bringing out, but they scrapped the idea. Nonetheless, I said since then, hey guys, Nissan Infiniti is not going to waste all this money in designing this and just trash it. They're probably going to put in their next vehicle. Now, the next GTR. A lot of people have been saying no, they wouldn't do that with the GTR, but I said that they will. If you look at other models of other brands, they've been incorporating uh, this hybrid technology. But recently in 2022, Mercedes is coming out with a new C63. Now, it used to be a V8 rear-wheel drive monster, and what they chose to do because of what's going on in the world, where when EPA and emissions continue to get a lot more strict, they downsized to a four-cylinder motor on a C63 AMG. It's insane, but also that motor is going to get in a single turbo electric assist turbo. But this is where it gets even better. Once again, the rear drive axle, guess what it is? It's an electric motor, but with two final drives, and it pretty much serves as a rear differential. So that car is coming out. That's not a prototype. That car is coming out. So when I saw that car come out, I said to myself, this is something of what Infiniti was trying to do 5, 6 years ago, where the market didn't need it, you know. And now seeing that a big player like Mercedes is now doing it with their C63, sounds like Infiniti was going the right route. So we already know that the Nissan GTR has been around since 2007. Let's move forward with this conversation. As it is in 2022, that leaves a window of 8 full years of Nissan to actually produce a successor to the current GTR. For most brands, that is a full generation of flagship performance vehicle. Other than that, details are unclear. Autocar speculates the GTR successor will be tied to Nissan's plans to solid state batteries, noting previous conversations about the brand's focus on EV performance being built over the future technology. They claim a previous discussion with other Nissan executive suggests an all-electric performance car will be coming shortly after the car introduces production with its solid-state tech, something the brand currently targets for 2028. Now, I don't think they're gonna make the Nissan GTR a full electric car. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do it. We are not, even though we are on the cusp of us going more electrified. No, what's happening is the market is dictating. Hey, Supply and demand. Is there a high need for electric cars? No, not really. What we do need is more fuel efficient cars and more fuel efficient cars. And we don't realize that the thing in the middle is hybrid vehicles. Hybrid vehicles usually have smaller displacement motors, and you can drive on electricity for some periods of time, and or regenerative, where we can recoup that energy back into the battery and continue to drive, right? And that's where I believe the middle ground is. And a lot of people rather feel more comfortable with that because they can still go to a gas station, which is almost on every corner, right? And if they want to drive 600 miles, if 400 to 600 miles, they can and get to a gas station. But the average person may be in a really condensed city where they might not have access to all these charging ports, where charging takes forever. There's so much pitfalls with getting an electric car that it's just not convenient versus the honest combustion engine, right? So I don't see them making an electric performance car, electric GTR. I just don't see it. But do I see a hybrid electric GTR? I definitely see that becoming a thing because other automakers are making it. That would that would put the announcement of the all-electric GTR successor closer to 2029, 2030, although the company could just as easily produce a more traditional EV and hybrid sports car much sooner to stay competitive. After all, the competitors like Porsche has already tested production ready EV sports cars. All right. So, in my honest opinion, guys, will the next GTR be hybrid? I still think it will be. I just think that based on the climate of what's going on when it comes to auto manufacturers, the need and demand versus the average day person or people who would want specific cars, I just don't see it. Like, let's use for existence the Tesla Plaid, right? The Tesla Plaid is a dope car. A lot of people, there was two type of buyers for the Tesla Plaid. There was the techie guys who are into all electric cars, and then there are the people who are into performance vehicles, right? So people like me who owns performance vehicles was like, wow, this Tesla's passed fast. It's doing 60 to 130s, I think, in the fours or whatever, right? That's a fast freaking car. And it's a mid 9 second car that you could daily drive this to work A and B, and it's all electric. Why not? And some people chose to want to get that. Those are the two buyers, right? The GTR is going to be up above that $100,000 territory if they make the choose it all electric. And one of the biggest pitfalls and downfalls of the Tesla Plaid is not only necessarily the quality of the car, but a lot of people who are people like me say the car is still soulless. Like, at the end of the day, you have to look at it as more of technology, not for your emotions. You see what I'm saying? So we get sports cars because of their emotions, how they make us feel, right? But Tesla Plaid, even though it's a dope car, no disrespect to my Tesla people, it's still a soulless vehicle. And a lot of people, at least from my reviews, from following people who get it, they're like, yeah, this is just a one-trick pony, and I like it. But the people who usually keep onto it are people who live in a certain area where they can plug it up, charge it overnight, and they could drive from A to B, and they still have that performance on man when they want to. But even then, I think after a while it gets old and people just move on from it, especially with the MSRP being so high. So nonetheless, I believe the next GTR, as I said, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, on this channel, because you can call all my videos, the next GTR is going to be hybrid, and I see that happening just because of where the world is headed to with emissions, how US is on emissions, and pretty much just how the technology is getting a little bit more affordable to make these complex systems to actually work together, and how those benefits actually come from the manufacturer and go down to us. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you for tapping in with your boy Boost. Hopefully, I earned that like button. Hopefully, guys watch all those ads. I'm really trying to, get some of that support. It really does actually help out the channel. I never really asked it for 4 or 5 years ago, but now I'm starting to push it a little bit more. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.